guys, it's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I'm so excited to be here with you guys on this amazing Tuesday, guys. I'm your host of the Money Zone on RipRadioNetwork.com, and today's show is going to be, in accounting's term, lit. Okay, to me, it's going to be lit, and to you guys, it's also going to be lit because we are going to be talking about the advanced child tax payments and all of the recent IRS updates, which that's basically what it's surrounded around, which is the child tax credit updates. We're going to talk about those advanced payments, the pros and cons behind them. Should you take them? Should you not? You know, how to go about it, what you guys need to do, and the tools and resources that they've created for you guys to go ahead on and utilize to be able to receive or decline your child tax payment. So if you know of anyone that have any children, you need to share tonight's video, because I know they're going to be trying to Google everything that I'm going to be talking about in tonight's show. Okay, so once again, share the video. I advise all of you guys to grab your pen and paper as well. And if you guys have not joined our mailing list, go to bit.ly/TMZ get notified. TMZ get notified. So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick 2 to 3 minute break, give you guys some time, and we will be right back. guys, and we are back. So if you guys don't know, I'm Folasade, the accountability accountant, the host of the Money Zone on RipRadioNetwork.com, guys. And tonight's show, you want to grab your pen and paper, tell your friends, tell everybody, share this on your social media. If you guys are watching us on any social media platforms and having difficulties in seeing any of the content that I will be sharing on my screen, then you want to go to RipRadioNetwork.com and tune in live from the studio. So guys, I know you guys have been Googling your life away regarding this advanced child tax credit payment, okay? I know you have, and you're like, okay, Folasade, I need my coins, I need my coins, I need my coins. And I know you do, boo. So this is why tonight's show, you want to go ahead on and tune in and get all of the information. And you don't have to Google anymore after tonight. I promise you that. So first things first, if you do not know what the child tax credit advance payments that I'm talking about tonight, let me just give you guys some background history. So due to COVID, okay, President Biden implemented the American Rescue Plan Act. I've been talking about this guy since November, right? So he implemented the American Rescue Plan Act, and that act included a lot of different tax credits that you guys need to know about. And one of the major tax credit was one of the major changes, let me correct myself. One of the major changes was to the child tax credit. Okay, so in normal situations, right, you would be able to get a $2,000 credit for your child. So if you had a 0-month-old to 16, then you would receive a $2,000 child tax credit for your child. Now, once your income exceeded $150,000, you still will be eligible for the credit, okay, due to Donald Trump's changes. Okay, so we got that part. Everybody always received this child tax credit. So you're wondering right now, what are the changes? Okay, so guys, there are just massive changes that actually have occurred. Change number one, and for all of you that's watching us on social media, please, you want to head over to RipRadioNetwork.com if you want to actually see my screen that I will be sharing throughout tonight's show. Okay, so first of all, in normal years, like I said, you would get the $2,000, but because of the American Rescue Plan Act that President Biden implemented, you are now eligible, okay, to get $3,000 for your children of 6 to 17. So change number one, 17. At one point in time, you never received the child tax credit for the age of 17. It expired once they turned 17. Okay, you didn't get it. So 16 was the last year that you normally would get the child tax credit, right? But due to the American Rescue Plan Act, they've extended it for 1 year. All right. So if you have children that is age 6 to 17 years old, guys, you are able to get a $3,000 credit for your child. All right. So let's say you have a 3-year-old like me, right? You're able to get a $3,600 child tax credit for your 0-month-old to 5. Okay, 0-month-old to 5. Okay, so the 0-month-old to 5 gets the $3,600 credit. Your 6-year-old to age 17 gets the $3,000 credit. That's a major change. So basically, Biden gave us an additional $1,600 if you had children that was 0 months to 5 years. And then an additional $1,000 if you had a 6-year-old to 17. And then if your child turned 17 in 2021, then luckily you, okay, because this is the last year. So those were the two changes. The third thing I have to say, guys, that this credit does not continue on. After this year, it has not been extended. So do not expect to receive a $3,600 child tax credit per child next year. Well, you're going to receive it on next year's tax return, but for 2022 and further years. Okay? All right. So we learned so far that what increased the child tax credit, right? It was from 2,000 to now 3,000 and 3,600, all right? That they have not extended it to years after 2021. So now, where is all of the excitement? So in normal years, guys, you are only eligible to receive your child tax credit when you file your tax return. Let me repeat that again. In normal years, you were only able to receive your child tax credit on your tax return. However, due to the American Rescue Plan Act that Biden implemented, you are able to get what they're talking about, which is an advance of your child tax credit. An advance. So guys, let me give you guys some raw facts and disclaimers right now. That money is a portion of what you guys normally will receive. So many of you, y'all know, oh, did I get my child tax credit? If you're claiming someone's child, guess what they're asking you about? How much was the child tax credit so I can know how much of the tax return is mine? Right? How much is my child tax credit for this year? Right? So, number one, the child tax credit that you guys are going to receive now as advance payments, you don't have to receive those as advance payments. You can wait until you file your 2021 tax return, okay? Now, if you don't wait to receive your child tax credit, the problem that I'm finding is that many of you will end up owing taxes. Let me repeat that again. Many of you that are going to be receiving these advanced child tax payments may end up in a bind when you guys go to file your tax return this upcoming year, because you've gotten an advance of your child tax credit. So that means when you go to file your 2021 tax return, you have less credits to be applied to your taxes. So guys, what I'm going to do really quick, I'm going to actually show my screen of what your tax return look like when you do get the full child tax, when you get the full child tax credit, and when there's an adjustment in your child tax credit. So let me give you guys a disclaimer. Because the 2021 tax software has not been released yet, okay? These numbers are not the exact amount of what the child tax credit would be or anything. I'm going to show you today's illustration so you guys can see the impact of you receiving this advanced child tax payment on your tax return. Well, this advanced tax payment and the impact that it will have on your tax return if you were to receive it now. Because see, this is why I say that this child tax credit advance payment thing is a scam, and it's really just a scam, guys, just to be able to manipulate. Just because it's meant to manipulate and stimulate the economy. They're basically saying, okay, we normally give you guys $2,000 child tax credit. we're going to give you $3,000, but we're going to give you $1,000 right now for you to spend now. And so what happens is our spending, because we are a consumption society, our spending will help stimulate the economy. And so it's a win-win for Biden as well, and possibly for the stock market and everything else, and the stores and our GDP and everywhere else. So this is basically a good thing and a bad thing. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the video to upload, well, to come up, one of the bad things about you guys receiving this child tax credit earlier is that many of you don't understand the tax system correctly. So when you go to file your taxes, you're going to have either one of the three scenarios. One, you're going to end up owing taxes. Two, you're going to end up having a lower refund, okay? Or three, you're going to end up owing more than what you usually owe because you went on ahead and received your credits already, okay? So it is I think you guys need to consult with your tax professionals, and then I'm going to show you exactly why you guys should be consulting with your professional or myself, simply because for you to know the impact of the child tax credit, you literally have to do some sort of tax planning. And they don't say that. They didn't say, oh, well, before you guys receive this child tax credit advanced child tax credit payments, you need to consult with your tax professional. Before you receive these, you need to consult with your tax professionals. That is not what they're actually saying right now. They're basically putting it out there in the sense of, oh, this is just an amazing thing for you guys to receive these advance payments. So you guys need to know the impact of of receiving that advance payment now. Okay. And so guys, if you're watching us on Facebook or any social media platform, you can post your questions. I don't know what's going on with the video. It is not opening at all. You guys can post your questions and everything else, and I'm just going to just share my screen and then improvise. So I have to skip the tax return until that actually opens. I don't know. Let me see if I can play it like this, but it's not opening. This is sometimes why these Macs be very disturbing at times. Okay, so let me just improvise, guys, and move on. So what I'm actually going to do is walk you guys through the process of actually updating your information with your child tax credit for the child tax credit payments. I'm also going to show you if you want to decline the child tax credit as well, what you guys need to do. So I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to walk you guys through that. And hopefully by the time I'm done with that, the video will show up with the tax return. So first things first, guys, you want to head over to irs.gov. So you go to your web browser, put in www.irs.gov. When you get to the home screen, you guys want to scroll down. There's a particular section there that says child tax credit. So you go ahead on and click the child tax credit. Once you click the child tax credit, it's going to actually take you to the desired page where IRS have updated all of the information thus far regarding the advanced child tax credit payments. So what you want to do is scroll down. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay. What you guys want to do is scroll down, and if you do not want to receive the advance payments, you want to go ahead on and hit unenroll. All right, you will hit unenroll. So once you hit unenroll, you're going to go to the child tax credit portal that they've created. All right, and then hit unenroll right here. It's going to also take you to a login page. Once you log in, the username, if you already have an account with the IRS, you receive transcripts via online, if you already have your account with them, then you don't have to do anything but use the existing IRS username, right? But if you don't have one, then you have to go ahead on and create an account. Now, if the IRS is unable to verify your information, you will more than likely have a difficult time in receiving your child tax credits if you have to make some adjustments. So now let's say, for example, you want to receive the child tax credit payments. And I do advise each and every one of you guys to talk with your tax professionals. So if you're working with someone that is not credentialed or really have that solid experience, then you want to run, because receiving these advanced tax credit payments will have a negative impact definitely on your taxes and your refunds. And I think that you guys need to be well aware of the impact that it will have. Okay, so this is the issue, guys. I must have made an adjustment on it. So what you want to do now is, so let's say, for example, if you want to actually receive the child tax credit payments. So guys, don't be alarmed. The IRS just made an adjustment on the site from when I was on there. They had two different sections on it. One side said update your information. The other side said, do you want to unenroll? But apparently they updated their site and just put the unenroll. This is weird. So what you want to do is click the unenroll. It's still going to take, so don't be worried. It's still going to take you to the same portal that you would if you do not, if you want to receive it. So either way, this still takes you to the same exact portal, okay? Because when I logged into mine, see, this is why I'm getting frustrated, y'all. I had y'all whole content and everything. And if I did not have content for y'all, where is it? If I did not have content for y'all, then it would have showed without a problem. Let me try this video again. Because when I logged into my system, y'all, it was actually showing me exactly both tabs, but they only have one tab right now. So you can use that same tab and log in. Once you log in, right, you're going to see your name at the top left-hand side. It's going to say Child Tax Advanced Credits Portal. Once you're in, you scroll down. It's about 3 to 4 different sections. And I'm pissed, y'all, because once again, I had this recorded for y'all. So once you get in there, you will see 4 different sections. You're going to see a section that determines your eligibility. Okay. You're going to also see a section that tells you like a payment history of all of the payments that you've received. And since no one have received any payments yet, because the IRS anticipate having the payments come out July 15th, right? Then no one has received those payments yet. So it's nothing going to be in your payment history section. But if you scroll down at the bottom, you will also see where it says unenroll. And I don't know why they did that. Let me try another video, y'all, really quick and see if this one will work. They do not want me to be correct. Okay, I think it's playing. Let me see. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Let me open it and see if that will work. Okay. So I think I answered your question, Tommy, on how to decline it. You go to irs.gov, go scroll down, go to child tax credit. You want to log into the system and then scroll all the way at the bottom of the system, right? When you scroll down at the bottom of the system, you will see where it says unenroll. Okay, you guys can unenroll without a problem. So now, Every month, the IRS gives you the opportunity. The IRS gives you the opportunity to decline your payments, okay? All right. The IRS gives you the option. So this is where working with the tax professional like myself comes in handy, because if you guys do this right, you can receive, $500 per child and still get a reasonable refund next year, or still end up breaking even next year. But if you guys work with them shady black market tax professionals, TurboTax people, you're doing your taxes on your own, all of you guys are going to end up owing money next year, or end up receiving a lower refund than what you actually are normally accustomed to receiving. And the negative impact of that is that if you get so close to, you know what, I'm gonna improvise because I did the recordings in Zoom. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna log into my Zoom account and share the video. So I think we will be good to go. Okay, so guys, just give me 1 second. So Trump, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick little break. So guys, what's going to happen next? So I've already gave you guys the majority of all of the important information that you guys needed to know about the child tax payment, the advance payments. I gave you guys how to go and decline the child tax payments, like one of my amazing clients, Tommy Watkins, is presently doing right now, of Suncrest Mobile Services. He's declining it right now. I've also told you guys how you could go in and check your eligibility. But before we go on break, I'm going to leave you guys with a suspense. Many of you, if you screwed up on your 2020 taxes or done some shady shit over the past 2 years on your taxes, you may be ineligible for the advanced child tax credit, because the IRS don't trust that those kids that you claimed in your tax return are actually yours, and cannot confirm that you are actually eligible to receive the child tax payments. So if you guys have been doing some shady stuff all of these years, it may impact your eligibility for receiving these advanced payments. And some of you guys may need that influx of money right now while things are opening up, for you to get on your feet, pay down some bills and things like that. But if you've done some shady shit over the past 2 to 3 years on your taxes, or if the IRS feel as though they cannot trust you, then you may be ineligible for the actual advanced child tax credit payments. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick little break. Do me one favor, make sure you have your pen and paper, because we're going to talk about the impact that it have on your tax return. Share this with your girlfriends, your biz bestie, let them know Folasade is dropping them gems as usual. And then come back and talk to me. I'll be right back, y'all. Your refund is not something extra, okay? That's another thing. Y'all sit here not even understanding that if you broke, you do need to find somebody to help you with your coins. I don't know why y'all think that accountants and financial advisors only work for the rich. Hell no. I had to financially advise myself to even get to where I am now. Shit, when I was getting refunds, I had to financially advise myself on how to use the refunds. Like, guys, my story, I used my actual tax refund to build my business. I really did. I had Brim. Brim was born 2012. Started the business 2011, August. I got my refund and I put it right back into the business. I didn't have employees then. I didn't have a big office. I didn't have all of the stuff that we got right now, right? I put it back into the business. So I had to financially advise myself too. So regardless of how much money you have or how much money you don't have, are you being smart with what you have? Are you going to do right with what you have? Make some investments, save some stuff, start your business, do some things. But the last thing I want you guys to do is just fuck it up. And that's been one of my drinks. That's my little Drake song. No, that's the last thing I want you guys to do, because we're still treading light waters right now, y'all. when we're going to get out of all of this mess. And I don't see anything happening overnight because there's too much policies happening. They haven't even really niched down and say who deserved what or who's supposed to get what. Biden is putting in so many executive orders and doing so much that they're blindly not even seeing that we're developing more and more problems as we're growing, as we're moving. But that's another story. We talk about taxes. Do not file your taxes via TurboTax. I know you cheapskates and all of y'all like, Folasade, here you go again with this nonsense. Y'all know, every year I say it because I want you guys to do better. And let me give you a real live example of why TurboTax is never really that satisfying for all of you. Okay, number one, I had a client call. They've already paid their invoice and moved forward, but they called the office. Well, Randy called them and scheduled a meeting with me, right? And so the first thing that the individual and his wife was saying was that they're not certain that they've been able to maximize Let me hold you to your future. Integrity matters. Honesty matters. Transparency matters. Okay? Accountability matters. Accounting matters. Okay? And being forthcoming matters. But most importantly, being you and staying true to yourself is what really matters. Hey guys, and we are back. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant. Guys, if you don't know, we're talking about those advanced child tax credit payments that I know you guys are very concerned about, but also maybe extremely excited about it. So if you're just tuning in into tonight's show, we talked about, well, I recommend you actually going to listen to the show on all of the places, on one of all of the places that podcasts are housed, or within the next 24 hours, go to ripradionetwork.com to check out the replay. Because during the first segment, I told you guys a few of the pros and cons behind receiving the child tax credit payments, why you guys should be working with a tax professional like myself to advise you guys on those child tax credit payments. And then I showed you guys how to access them and utilize the new portal that the IRS created as well. So before we go into, and we were having technical difficulties of me showing you actually how to utilize the system and play around with it. So what I'm actually going to do, I was able to download the file. So I'm going to actually show you guys behind the scenes of my IRS system, of me walking you guys through of what it looked like. So if you don't have a minute to, they do not want me to be great today. If you do not have a minute to go and check out the system, or you don't have an idea, or if you even have a system, then you want to definitely go to Rip Radio Network and watch the replay. So I'm about to share my screen really quick, and then we're going to go into the tax return as well. So let me, hopefully I picked the right screen. So this, look y'all. Okay, no, it's not this one. Give me 1 second, y'all. It's the, when you have to improvise sometimes, guys, you just got to take it for what it is. Okay, I have it. So guys, on my screen that I'm playing, you're actually going to, let me flip it around for y'all on Instagram. Let's see. It's playing, but I'm switching monitors right now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, I had to switch monitors. So I got dual monitors on my hard drive. So you guys will go to irs.gov, as I was saying earlier, but I want you guys to see inside of the portal. Okay, so you're going to scroll down and go to the section where it says child tax credit, right? Once you go there, you're going to see this. And remember I was telling you guys earlier, you see it was 2 sections, unenrolled from advanced payments and then non-filers. So now it's only 1 section for all of my viewers that was on the show earlier. You saw that it was only 1 section. You probably thought I was crazy. So now we're about to log into the actual portal. Is this the one? Hopefully it is. Yep, we're about to log in. So now you guys see I logged into the portal and you see my name, everything, my first and last name, all my little info, y'all. Okay, so then it says eligible, I'm eligible, and then it says enrolled in advance payment. So let me be honest with you guys. If you want to receive the payments, you don't have to make any changes. So that's why it already says enrolled right there where I'm highlighting. It says enrolled in advance payments because everyone is automatically enrolled that is eligible. Okay. And then the other section says process payments. Like I was saying earlier, if you have any payments, once you receive payments, they'll be there. And if you want to unenroll, you scroll at the bottom of the page and it's there for you to unenroll. So, okay. So that's basically the behind the scenes of the child tax credit portal with the IRS. Yeah. Okay, guys. So now what I'm actually going to do is actually explain to you guys and share my screen a little bit regarding the impact that this is going to have on your tax return. Okay. So the impact, many of you guys don't understand the tax system. So this is why, as you guys think TurboTax is popping, that accountants, my little business might be gone down the drain. No, I'm going to be around forever, y'all, because they're making everything so much more complicated that you guys are always going to need me to help you guys. And it's kind of exciting, but daunting as well, because we have to stay on top of everything. But one of the major problems that we're all having right now is simply the mere fact that you guys don't really know the basis and the basics of your taxes, the basis, okay, and the basics of your taxes. So right now, when you guys see that your refund is going to be lower if you receive those advanced tax payments right now, right? You're probably wondering why. And one of the core reasons why is because it is a child tax credit. It is a credit, okay? So there's a difference between deductions and credits, okay? So lesson number 1, your credits reduce the actual tax amount dollar for dollar. So let's say, for example, the total amount of taxes, and I'm going to show you guys this in the video, the total amount of taxes due that you're supposed to pay is $3,000, right? And the child tax credit for this year, right, for a child 6 or older is $3,000. So your $3,000 child tax credit is going to zero out, completely wipe out the taxes of the $3,000 due. So if you are going to owe next year and you receive the child tax, well, if you normally receive a refund, right, but receive the child tax credits, the advance payments that they're issuing soon, then you may end up owing that money because you're not going to have the child tax credit there to offset your taxes. So this is why, oh boy, TurboTax that you guys been dealing with and all them shady tax professionals that you guys have been dealing with all of these years, you guys are going to burn in dust and be very mad at yourself going forward because you don't have the connections like my clients have and the relationship like my clients have to call me so I can do an analysis so they can figure this out. Okay, so guys, what we're about to do, I'm about to share my screen and I'm going to walk you guys through the actual tax return, and I'm going to try my best to walk and talk you guys through this as it is moving. I'm hoping that I wasn't moving too fast. Okay, so did I play? But they do not want me to be great with this video for y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it's playing. Okay, guys, so it's going to start off, like I said, I have to just figure out the screen, so just bear with me as you guys see this black screen. But what's going to happen is you're going to see my tax software pop up, okay? So you're going to see my tax software, and because I have to use demo information, none of this information that's presented on this tax return is accurate at all. It is dummy information. It is dummy information, okay? So first things first, I'm just setting up the tax client. So I'm basically setting up an individual, an adult, the age doesn't matter, and this individual has one child, okay? This person has one child. So right now, I'm just setting it up and putting their income in and things like that. So the screen is moving pretty fast, and the video is not that long, guys. So don't think, oh, Folasade, why? So as you can see right there, the child's name is Test Demo, and it's a boy, and he's 2 years old. Okay, the mom makes $50,000 for the year. Okay, $50,000. Okay, and she paid $5,000 in federal taxes, so she paid 10%, okay? So try to give you guys the most real-world example as possible, okay? Alrighty, so what we're about to do, I'm going to walk you guys through the tax return really quick, and I may have to pause this as I'm explaining it to you. So as you guys can see, that $50,000 is right there. Okay, so you have her $50,000 income, and each taxpayer qualifies to take a deduction, a standard deduction according to your filing status. So if you're filing single, you are getting the $12,400 standard deduction. Head of household is $18,650. Married filing joint is $24,800, and so forth and so forth. So automatically on the screen, you have the $50,000 that is reduced by the standard deduction of $18,650. After the $18,650 is reduced, then this individual have $31,350 in taxable income. So that standard deduction subtracted out reduces your income dollar for dollar. Okay? So now this person's income is $31,000. So now on $31,000, the IRS says this person is supposed to pay $3,483 in taxes. That is right here. $3,483 in taxes. Okay, so that's what the IRS says she's supposed to pay in taxes. Now, as you can see, Now, remember I told you guys, because the 2021 tax software is not available, I am just showing you guys this just so you can see the impact of receiving a lower amount of your child tax credit, okay? So, as you can see here right now, the child tax credit was $2,000, okay? So right now I'm going to play the video. So the child tax credit was $2,000. So there go to 18,650, reduces the income to 31. The taxes is 3483. They got the $2,000 child tax credit, right? So now let me pause it. Okay, so now after we subtract out the $2,000 child tax credit, that leaves you with $1,483 left over that in taxes that she's supposed to be paying. So what just happened? So that means if you take this child tax credit, you do not have a credit that will reduce your taxes due dollar for dollar. So this person's taxes was originally $3,483. Now the taxes is only $1,483 because the child tax credit was applied to it. All right. So then now, remember we said this person paid $5,000 in taxes. So here's the $5,000 in taxes right here. So after we subtract out the $5,000 in taxes that she that she paid to the IRS, sorry, then the IRS owe her a refund because, see, she was only supposed to pay the $1,400. All right. So then now, guess what? You see the child tax credit, $2,000. What I was trying to do there, y'all, was reduce it. So now her refund, I'm about to scroll down. You guys are going to see it. Scroll down a little bit. So the refund is, come on, move on for like $3,517. So this is a normal situation. The refund was $3,517. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make an adjustment on the kid and say they don't qualify for the child tax credit. So they're only going to receive $500 credit rather than the whole $2,000, just like you guys are doing, right? And the moment that I made that change, guess what? The total taxes that was left over was higher by $1,500. And the refund was lower by $1,500. So now the refund is, what does the number say? $2,017 rather than $3,517. I know that was a lot of numbers, guys. So I advise you go to radionetwork.com, check the replay, pause it so you can see. But the main purpose of me showing you guys that illustration is to show you that the moment you receive those advanced child tax credit payments, your refund next year is going to be lower. And if you owe a larger amount of taxes than the example that I've shown you guys today, you're going to end up owing. So a lot of you guys may end up putting yourselves in a financial bind next year due to you accepting those advanced child tax credit payments. And I'm very afraid of the impact that this is going to have on many of you come when you file taxes next year. So there is a benefit to receiving the child tax credit, the advanced child tax credit payments, and it is some disadvantages of it, okay? And we talked about that throughout the show. You guys need to work with a professional like myself so you can know whether or not you are able to do this, because many of you are paying so little taxes that many of you only receive, break even or don't have to pay any taxes because of those credits like the child tax credit. So this is why being informed and financially literate in situations like now will allow you guys to be well equipped to make the right decision for yourself in the present moment, and come 8 months from now when we have to file the 2021 tax return. And I don't want you guys to mess yourselves up with this 2021 tax year tax return, and it prevents you or discourages you from staying in compliance and filing all of the, tax returns after that. Because I see it happen so often. You end up owing one tax year, or, your tax return get audited, or something happened, then you guys disappear off the face of the earth, don't file taxes for 4 and 5 years. And I do not want this advanced child tax credit to be one of the reasons why you actually don't file your taxes next year. Well, not next year, but the following year and the years going forward, because you've got yourself in a financial bind and ended up owing. Okay? So guys, I think tonight's show was amazing. I don't know about you guys, but if you did think tonight's show was amazing, please head over to everywhere a podcast is housed. Please give us a 5-star rating so we can start really, getting some traction on the podcast and things like that. And if you guys have any suggestions about what content that you guys want me to discuss in the near future, just always post your or send me a message, DM or something on some platform. Email us and send us any suggestions that you guys have for me to explain and break down, because the taxes can make or break you. You can really use your tax return to build generational wealth. You really can use the tax code to really, build wealth and transfer wealth from generations and generations and generations to come. You guys just have to be equipped with the knowledge and the information that's necessary. And I hope that tonight's show served as one of the platforms for you to receive the information that you need to make the right financial decisions for your household. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. Don't forget, join our mailing list by going to bit.ly/TMZ, get notified. And guys, look out for my course, Audit Proof. I'm teaching you guys how to audit proof your tax return. So like, for example, the child tax credit, you can get audited and they will audit your eligibility for the child tax credit. Your charitable donations, they can audit you to see whether or not those are legit. I am teaching you guys the way that I've won hundreds of audits and beat the IRS. So go to auditproof.com or auditproofclass.com and register, guys. I'm so excited, and I will see you guys next week, Tuesday. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.